And liberal means free. Okay, so free in what way? It meant not to free you to follow your desires per se, but it meant the freedom to be able to channel your desires into something that was constructive. So freedom is, in the sense, the goal of the liberal education. It's to free up all the sensibilities that a person has to make a good life. A good life, not in the sense of a good income per se, but a life that is devoted to goodness, that is sustained by goodness, and that is producing goodness not only for yourself but others. That was liberal. So the liberal, to be free, meant to know the truth sets you free. So the knowledge then was knowledge of all the important areas of life that you had to have, at least to have a discourse and to make informed choices in policies of government, economics, running your family, your religious choices, human psychology, philosophy, literature, the arts, and music. This was to make you a free person. And this is something that was expressed very well by John Dewey. If you hope to have a democratic society, you have to have people whose democracy includes a level of learning that allows them to participate in all aspects of their society with information. And this is a life learning goal. It's not just, I get an education, I got my education. No, it's a continuing growth. So the first reason for that is it keeps you from being narrow in your focus and narrow in your sensibilities, and therefore it's broad. It's also broad because it provides a foundation that allows you to move in a number of areas and shift your emphasis and even your career throughout life. So the idea of coming in and specializing at an undergraduate level is a relatively new phenomena, and the drawbacks of it are widespread. First of all, the key years that you need to develop that broad base, the foundational, is being limited now. And so you're getting people who are not only boring to others, but boring to themselves. They can't have a rich life. They're narrowing in technology, they're narrowed down in science, or even they're narrowed down in humanities, but they can't have a discourse. The modern world is so complex right now that if you don't have a basic vocabulary and literacy in science, in art, in literature, in politics, and economics, and religion, I say this with all due respect, you're crippled. You are disadvantaged. And the quality of life for yourself personally and for your country and for the world suffers disproportionately. Moreover, in a more profound sense, if you don't have people who are broad-based and free in that way, it makes them susceptible to governments and relationships where they are dependent and passive, and in a sense, under authoritarian structures. So the key thing now that you see worldwide is people trying to cast off the yokes of various kinds of fundamentalist authoritarian structures, either in marriages or in religion or in policies and everything. The heart for that liberation is not the gun, it's the book. It is not power of force, but power of knowledge. That's what makes people free. So if the world is going to move into the 21st century, it is ironically not by specialization, but by generalization that we create a base from which people can actually truly participate in the fullness of life and make a difference.